USS Defiant, a tough little ship. Let's talk about just how tough it is in comparison to a couple of other ships. And we're going to do this in terms of a game mechanic for Starfleet battles. It's a pretty well thought out combat battle simulator, a tactical war game. This is a Defiant SSD that somebody has made for playing with Starfleet battles. And the combat value for this Defiant ship is about 300 battle points. And what you're getting is a ship that has shields that are about 96 units each for all 6 shields. So that's 96 number 1, 96 number 2, 96 number 3, etc. It has 3 sensors. That's for electronic warfare. It has the equivalent of 16 photon torpedoes. It's got 12 photon torps and 4 quantum torps, and the quantum torps are about twice as the value damage-wise as a photon torp. So you could say that it's got about 20 torps or 20 heavy weapons. Now they've given the Defiant some unique phasers. They've called it a pulse phaser. There are 4 of those, and the damage point values of that is worth the equivalent of about 6 phaser 1s per pulse phaser. And then they have 2 phaser 4s, which are worth damage-wise about 2.5 times what a phaser 1 would be worth. So that makes the Defiant have about 20 heavy weapons, torpedoes, and about 23 phaser 1s. And damage-wise inside the ship, once you pass the shields, it's got about 30 hull units, and it's armored. So how does that compare to, let's say, the Galaxy class? Well, the Galaxy class is worth about 480 battle points. Yes, that means the Defiant costs about 60% of what it would cost to build a Galaxy class ship. The Galaxy class ship has 180 hull units in comparison to the Defiant's 30 hull units. The Galaxy has the equivalent of 16 phasers and 20 heavy torpedoes and 5 sensors. So again, and it's got 96 shields. So the Defiant has stronger shields by 6 units. It's got almost the same amount of sensor electronic warfare capability. It has about 20 torpedoes, so about the same number of heavy weapons. The Galaxy's got 16 phasers in comparison to the 23 phaser 1s of the Defiant. So the Defiant actually has greater phaser capacity. And the Galaxy, in terms of hull, has got 6 times more hull. And we're not even looking at things like laboratory ability, size of the shuttle bay, cargo bays, etc. So the Galaxy's got a lot more to it inside. But yet the battle point value of the Defiant is 300 versus the Galaxy at 480. So the Defiant has a little bit more firepower than the Galaxy class starship. It has stronger shielding than a Galaxy class starship. Let's call it on par. But once an opponent gets through the shields, there's a lot less internals to the Defiant. So you could destroy 6 times the Defiant in terms of internal hits once you're past the shields in order to destroy one Galaxy class. So that means the Defiant, once it starts taking internal hits past the shields, is going to die 6 times faster than a Galaxy class starship. Now the Galaxy class, of course, is going to take a lot longer to build, and it's going to cost a lot more. But it's also a much roomier ship. Now let's compare this to the original series Federation Heavy Cruiser. So the Federation Heavy Cruiser has shields that are about 22 to 30 points in comparison to the Defiant and the Galaxy class is 90, 96. So the Federation Heavy Cruiser is 1/3 the shield armament of a Defiant. The Defiant is 3 times stronger shield-wise. The Heavy Cruiser has only 4 heavy weapons, or photons. So the Defiant has got 5 times the amount of heavy weapons. The Federation Heavy Cruiser has only got 8 Phaser 1 equivalents, where the Defiant has 23. So when you're talking about the Defiant, it's about 3 to 4 times the amount of weapons of a heavy cruiser in the original series time era. And the Federation Heavy Cruiser has got 16 hull in comparison to the Defiant's 30. But the battle point value of the Federation Cruiser is about 125. So if the Defiant is worth about 4 to 5 times as much, let's see if the battle points work out. So if you take 125 and multiply it by 4, you're getting about 500. So the battle point value of the Defiant is probably a little low. And the battle point value of the Galaxy class is probably a little low. But as a comparison of battle capability, yes, indeed, the Defiant does have about 4 times as much firepower, about 3 times as much shielding, and it's actually got about twice the number of internals of a Federation Heavy Cruiser in terms of the amount of damage it can absorb. So we're putting that down to the advancement of technology, how well systems can take a pounding in that era. But that's a quick evaluation of the battle capabilities of the USS Defiant in comparison to the original series Heavy Cruiser and the next generation's Galaxy class starship. Hope it was informative.